Coach
Hello.
Geyer.
Nice to meet you. Cameron.
Cameron?
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to meet you, Cameron. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been playing golf for probably like a year and a half.
Okay.
I was a gymnast, so I'm just getting into it.
Okay.
I'm liking it.
So how long were you a gymnast?
All of my life.
All your life.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you're a pretty disciplined girl.
Yes, sir. I am.
Gotcha. Okay.
I am.
So what grade are you in?
Ninth grade freshman.
Ninth grade freshman.
Yes,
And
sir.
where do you go to school?
North Dakota High School.
All right. Okay. So what are your favorite subjects there?
I like social studies, so I can memorize stuff.
Okay. So you memorize stuff.
Yes.
So in your class, what do you think is the best way for you to retain information, or the best way to learn? Do you like seeing it, hearing it, feeling it,
I
doing
like
it?
to write it out.
You like to write it out.
Yes,
Okay, so it's something really you need to feel
Yes.
more than anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're gonna work on a lot of that today. Okay.
Yes,
Let's see. So got that. So what other stuff do you do besides school and golf?
I like to work out.
Like to work out?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Okay.
like to
Start
study
doing
and stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
really.
Okay. So you've been playing golf about a year and a half. Does anybody else in your family play golf?
My dad.
Your dad plays golf. Okay. Is he kind of one that got you in it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Great. All right.
Yes.
It's a great sport. It really
Yes,
is.
I love it.
I'm glad.
Yes.
Okay. So today we're going to work on putting.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to focus on putting. Now,
Yes, sir.
what do you think is the best part of your putting game?
Speed.
Okay. It's your speed. Okay. What area of your putting do you think you need to work on the most?
The short putts.
Short
I
putts.
struggle.
Okay,
Yes.
great. All right, good.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're kind of going to focus on putting today, but there's a lot of different ways to putt.
Okay.
And putting is just like being an artist.
Right.
Okay. So you've got Rembrandt, and he's got the dark colors, and he's doing landscapes, and he's doing silhouettes,
Yes,
stuff
sir.
like that. And then you have Andy Warhol, who is painting Campbell's soup cans, and they're both great.
Right.
They're both great artists.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they use a paintbrush and paint to create their masterpiece.
Mhm.
So you have a putter and a ball, and that's what you use to create your masterpiece. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good. So let me ask you this: do you have anything that physically that I should know about that might, we could aggravate or injure yourself?
I mean, I just came back from elbow surgery. But
Elbow
I should
surgery?
Be okay.
Okay. All right. Think you'll be okay.
I will let you know that, but I should be totally
Please.
fine.
So you let me know if anything
Yes, sir.
starts to hurt, or to you get a little bit of pain or something in
Yes, sir.
there, because putting is a lot of redundancy,
Yes, sir.
and we do it over and over again because we want it to be second nature.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So let's loosen up a little bit. So take your club and put it down beside you, and we're gonna do your right leg first. So let's just do this a little bit so we can loosen up our hips. Okay. Let's do about 10 with each one.
Okay.
Loosen up the hips. 10.
I'll go on your count.
Okay. Yeah. So let's change. Go the other side. Let's do
Okay.
10. 1. Okay, good. So now let's work on our shoulders and our neck. So let's take our putter like this and just do this, and just move our shoulders and our neck just to get everything loosened up. We'll do that for about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Now the last thing we're going to do is let's practice. Let's get in motion like we're hitting a golf swing. So put
Okay.
this behind us, and let's get like this. There you go. Do 10 of these. 1, 2. There you go.
Okay.
So you always want to make sure you loosen up before you play. What I
Yes,
like
sir.
my students to do is get in the same physical and mental situation every time they play. So if you're practicing with a friend or if you're playing in a tournament, you want to be the same physical, physical, well, same physical feeling, and then also the mental aspect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so what would you like to get out of this lesson today? More confident putting. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, and so we need to set kind of a goal. You were saying the area you need to work the most on is your 3-foot putts. Okay, to me, if you make your 3-foot putts, and if you do what I say, you're gonna make all your 3-foot putts.
Okay.
You've got to make all your 3-foot putts because I teach to be an aggressive putter.
Yes,
A
sir.
la Tiger Woods, Patrick Reed, they're aggressive putters.
Yes, sir.
So their ball is going to go past the hole 3 to 4 feet every time,
Yes,
every
sir.
time. And why are they confident making a putt like that?
Do it so many times.
Okay, but why are they putt? If they have a 20-foot putt and they hit it and it goes 3 feet by, why does that not bother them?
No, they can make it.
Come on,
What?
because they know they can make it, and that's what we want to get to, where we can be an aggressive putter because
Right.
we know we're going to make that 3 or 4 footer, and then that's why they'll make their 16, your 12, 16, 20 footers
Right.
once in a while, because the ball has a chance to go in.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Sounds
So,
good. Sounds good.
okay, all right. So first thing we're going to work on is let's work on our setup.
Okay.
Okay. So in this, what we want to do is posture is really, really important. So we're going to get into a athletic position. Okay. All right. Athletic position. Okay. And then what we're going to do is this is just like a quarterback, or an NBA player shooting a free throw. We're in a good athletic position.
Okay.
We're going to take our putter, put it across our thighs, and we're going to bend at the thighs. Okay, our back and hips are going to stay straight. Okay, our back's going to be straight. Okay, there you
Okay.
go. Excellent. Looks good. All right. Then what we're going to do is our hands are kind of put the putter up against you like this somewhere, and then what we're going to do is let our hands hang straight down, and then we're going to take our hands and put them like this. Okay. So we're going to have our arms are going to be straight. We're in an athletic position, and we're going to just go back and forth like this. And the only thing that's going to happen is our shoulders are we're going to move our shoulders. Okay.
Okay.
Now, one of the things we want to do is, the guy I work with a lot, Eric Kaplan, we're big about locking certain things in.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to lock in your posture. We're going to lock in your shoulders, okay? And with everything locked in, you're still going to have to create touch,
Right.
okay? So what does touch mean to you?
It's just like speed to me. That's what it means.
Speed, exactly. So when we're doing this, I've taken all your little muscles out of play. It's kind of like when you're eating. When you're eating, you really and truly, your hands hold the fork, but your shoulders are kind of the ones that get the food to your mouth. Okay, so this is just like eating. Do you ever miss your mouth? Nobody ever misses their mouth. And that's how we want to get with your putting, is we don't want to miss our mouth. We want to make all our putts. Okay, there you go. Okay, so when we're doing this, all we're doing is our shoulders. Okay? So let me show you this right here. He's kind of somebody I really, really like to show you is his putting. All right.
Okay.
Let me think. There's gear. Okay. Okay, there exactly. So what we're doing there is we are bending at our thighs. Our back straight. So we're bending at our thighs, and then when we get ready to putt, like this, okay, when we do like this, we're gonna bring our shoulders back. Exactly. See, when you bring those shoulders back and you want to lock it in right in here, okay? Because when your shoulders are back, it's locked in. Okay, they can't go out of socket.
Right.
When they're hanging down like this, they can go all over the place.
Right.
When you pull them back like this, it's straight back, straight through. That's all we're going to do. That's perfect. Okay. So what kind of putter do you have?
TaylorMade Spider.
TaylorMade Spider. Is that face balanced or is that toe balanced? Okay, so take your putter and hold it like this. Okay. See, they're both of them are a little bit toe balanced. This is a little bit toe balanced, and then it's hanging down. Mine hangs down a little bit more. Okay. So your putter is made to open the face on the way back, close to square on impact, and then to keep closing. That is the way that putter is made to be used.
Okay.
It's not a big one like Tiger's. Mine's like Tiger's. So when he goes back, it really opens a lot. Okay? And then it opens a lot, square at impact, then closes. Okay? Okay. So yours is going to do the same exact thing, but just not as much.
Right.
Yours, instead of going to here, yours is probably going to go to here. But it's still going to have a little bit of open, square, closed.
Okay.
Okay, so you understand that concept?
Yes,
okay. So they make putters that are like this. Okay, they're straight like this. And I have one in there. They're straight back, straight through. Exactly, like oh God, the guy who won the match. I'll think of his name in a second. Anyway, but works with Mike Bender. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but he does that, and his is actually center shafted. So this is a different equipment. So today we're going to go with your equipment because you're putting with it and it's working very well. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Just come over here, and here's get a ball.
Just one?
Just get one ball to start with.
Okay.
And all I want you to do is what I teach my players is when they go to a tournament and they're getting ready to play, there are 3 things they do on the putting green before they play.
Okay.
The first one, and this is from Tiger Woods. I mean, you know, easiest thing to be successful in life is to copy people that are successful. So I copy Tiger a lot.
Okay.
So what we want to do is let's set up in our posture. Let's set up our stance again. Let's set up like this. You know, we're gonna move our thighs. Our back is straight, hips are straight, and this is the stroke we want to make. The only thing, and put your shoulders back a little bit. There you go. Just pull them back and down. So watch this, Cameron. So kind of up and down. So it's just gonna lock. So if you can feel it lock, and it's gonna feel weird at first, okay? But after we do it 4,000 or 5,000 times, it's gonna feel great. Okay? So we're gonna lock it, and that way we have the same stroke every single time. Okay?
Yes,
all right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take this ball, and I want you just to hit a putt that way. No target at all. No speed. You just do whatever you want to do and focus on your stroke. Okay? So make sure your stance is good. There you go. Get those shoulders back and down. There you go. Lock them in. Okay? Okay. Now, do you like a forward press?
I do.
You like a forward
I always
press?
do that.
Okay. So, Phil Mickelson, king of forward press. But what's the one thing you really have to be cognizant of every time you do a forward press? Okay. One of the things that can happen, and this is what I want you to be, aware of, is that when you do a forward press like that, a lot of times, but not to Phil, because he's worked on it, when they do a forward press, what happened? What happened to the face?
It opened up.
It opened. Exactly. So if you're going to do a forward press, you just make sure your hands are going towards the target.
Right.
Forward press is great.
Okay.
I'm not going to change anything like that. If that's the way you putt, we're going to stay doing that forward press.
Yes, sir.
But we just want to make sure when we do a forward press, it's like that.
Okay.
Okay? And there's other stuff we can worry about later, but when you're doing the forward press, just make sure it goes straight forward.
Okay.
Okay, go hit that back to me. So kind of just somewhere in this area. It doesn't have to be a certain distance or anything.
Where? Somewhere to you.
Just hit a putt. Just stroke it, just focusing on your shoulders being locked in. That's great posture. Okay. Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
All I'm worried about is just your stroke. We're just going to focus on our stroke. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Come right here. When you first go to a tournament, I want you to just do 5 or 6 just strokes.
Okay.
Just strokes. You're not watching the ball, you're just feeling it. You're just making sure your setup's good and your
Okay.
stroke is good. No target, no expectation whatsoever.
Yes, sir.
Second thing you do is we're going to pick a spot like this and we go back and forth to the green, to the edge of the green. So what I'd like for you to do now, we don't have a target, but all you have is the edge of this green. So I want that ball to roll somewhere right in here.
Okay.
Okay? Excellent. Okay, let's do one up. Okay, let's keep our head down a little bit longer. I know you like
To
watching
the edge of the green.
to the other edge of the green. I know you like watching yourself putt, but here's what can happen. Let me show you something that looking up can cause.
Okay.
So we're going to want to make sure that we keep our focus on the spot below the ball
Right.
for at least a quarter of a second.
Yes, sir.
Because what's going to happen if you start looking up, then you're going to start following the ball, and before long, you're opening your club face.
Okay.
This is stuff that happens.
Yes, sir.
So when you stroke it, we want to keep our head down for at least a half a second.
Okay.
Okay? So let's go to that edge of the green.
Okay. That was better with my head.
Okay? That's great. See, all this is new stuff, so we're just going to get better and better. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Do it again.
Yes. Let's do it 2 more times. Go one down there,
One back.
and let's one back.
Okay. That was a little hard. Oh, no.
Excellent. Good stroke. You use the big muscles, and that's exactly how we're learning touch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one of the things that you talked about when we first started, that one of your goals to get out of this lesson is to be better on your short putts.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to make our 3-foot putts.
Okay.
So this is a drill,
Clock.
the clock drill,
Uh-huh.
3-foot putt. And when I was at Mercer, I made my girls make 50 in a row before they went to anything else.
Okay.
50 in a row. And this is not, they don't have 5 balls lined up here. They do 1 ball. We always putt with 1 ball.
Okay.
Just like you play with
Yes,
1
sir.
ball. And so what I want you to do is we're going to go around here and see how many you can do till time runs out.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Okay, let's lock those shoulders. There you go. Get them back. Okay. Okay, lock those shoulders back. There you go. It's going to take some getting used to. Excellent. Okay. going. You want to be an aggressive putter, okay? So when you have a 3-foot putt, well, okay, back of the hole, but when we have a 3-foot putt, we want to knock it in. You can watch the pros and you'll see, you know, Brooks Koepka or Ricky Fowler, you know, Ricky hit a putt like this that goes up, it breaks in. He works on his putting 4 hours a day. We don't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock it in the hole. We're not going to worry about feeling it in the hole. All our 3-footers, we're going to knock in the hole.
Okay.
So this putt right here, you made 4 in a row. That's great. First time you made none in a row. So we're already improving, right?
Yes, sir. Already.
Already. So, yes. Okay, one of the things that I subscribe to is putting with the flag in the hole. Okay?
I like to keep it in, but everyone says don't.
Got to keep it in. That little thing over there, I just had made because if you practice, every single pro will tell you it is better to putt with the flag in the hole.
What about like
All of them.
All of the putts?
All of them. But here's the problem. Tiger has never putted with the flag in the hole. So that's weird to him. So I went down to the TPC down there at Sawgrass, and I went on a Tuesday, and I went to the putting green, and I talked to 17 different pros and caddies. And I asked them, I said, what is the reason that pros don't putt with the flag in the hole? And what do you think they said?
Comes out.
No, it doesn't come out. It does not come out. They will all tell you it does not come out, okay? The reason is because they say it looks like to them that the flag takes up space. They all putt with the flag in the hole on long ones now. And I promise you, they have grown up since 5 years old of putting without the flag in the hole, okay? So that is why they don't do it, because they're used to it. So all my clients, every single one of them putts with the flag in the hole. And I know it's a pain, but some people take it out, and then my girl will go, I need you to put it back in. And they'll put it back in. So this little tool right here, this is the only one I have, they're making some.
Okay.
It's 4 1/4 inches, just like a hole, 1/2 inches, just like a flag stick. So here's the deal, what's great about this,
That's cool.
is now all you do is you're thinking about hitting the flag stick. You're not going, I gotta make this putt to win the tournament. Okay, let's hit the flag stick. Let's just hit the flag stick. Okay, so you just made 4 in a row. Let me see you hit this flag 4 in a row. Okay? All you gotta do is hit the flag. The shoulders back, there you lock them in, there you go, looking good. Booyah. Okay, hit the flag. Okay. Booyah. Hit the flag.
Okay.
A little bit more pace, a little bit more pace. You know, these are perfect greens, bent grass. Sometimes we'll play on Bermuda, we want to be a little bit more aggressive. There you go, perfect speed. All right, one more. So if this is to win the Augusta National
Oh,
Women's
dear.
Amateur,
Don't tell me
what are you
that.
going to think about?
Hit the flag stick.
It's a stick. Booyah. Okay, great. All right. So, perfect. Really doing great, Cameron.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's
Thank
come over here. Let's work on our distance a little bit.
Okay.
This is a drill. There are 3 drills that I have our players do every single time.
Okay.
So this one we're gonna work on distance a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? So here's what I want you to do is I want you to see if you can make 6 putts in a row.
Oh dear.
That's okay.
Okay.
So lock the things back. Your eyes should be looking at that orange string should be right in the middle. Excellent. There's one. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I'll do that.
Oh, that's my bad.
Okay. Okay, so we want the ball to go somewhere between there and there.
Okay.
Okay? If it doesn't go in. Excellent. Okay? Let's go to the next one. Booyah, baby. Love it. There you go. Push yours back. There you go. Get used to it. Excellent. Good speed. Good speed. Rest and putter.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, 4 out of 6. So you can see the different speeds for each putt.
Right.
Okay. So how do you judge what speed to hit the ball?
I don't know.
Okay.
Touch.
It's got to be touch, but there's got to be a way to do that. Okay. So
Okay.
let's quickly. I know we're pressed for time, but I want to do this one more drill.
Okay.
Okay. So come on over here. Okay. So your goal was to be a better 3 putts. Man, you nailed it. It was 8 in a row. You hit 3 without the stick,
Yes,
3,
sir.
4 with the stick in a row.
Yes, sir.
You're doing great.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so we accomplished that. So now we want to make sure that we're getting the ball in a 3-foot circle. So that's right there's a 30, 40, 50-foot putt. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir.
So there's our 30, okay? So what we're going to do is, the way we do our distance is how far we take back the putter,
Right.
okay? Because we're going to have the same tempo every single putt, okay? Now I'll send you some information about metronome. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
Okay, they're the best because every putt, whether it's a 3-foot putt or a 10-foot putt or a 30-foot putt, is the same exact tempo,
Depends on how far you take it.
just how far you take it back. So you don't say, I left it short. So if you hit a putt, a typical golfer will say, God, I left it short. What are we going to say?
I didn't take it back far.
You were so good. I didn't take it back far enough. So let's do this. Let's hit. We're going to try.
Into there?
Uh-huh. Let's get inside that circle. That's the hole. And I'd like to see a little bit past it if possible,
Okay.
unless you hit it. Okay, great. Great. Let's do it again. Excellent. It's in the 3-foot circle, and what do we do with our 3-footers?
Make-
We make them all. Okay, let's go to 40 feet.
Okay.
So what's going to happen on the difference between the putt on that one
I'm
and
gonna
the
take
putt
it
on this?
back further.
Take it back further. Exactly. Okay,
Came off the toe.
that was a little bit of manipulation in there.
That come up.
Well, your hands broke down. You kind of helped it a little bit.
Okay.
We don't want to help it at all. It's the same stroke every single time. If you need to go further back, just go a little bit further back. Much better. That was a much better stroke right there. And bingo. All right, 50-footer's the last one.
Yes, sir.
Look at you. Look at you. There you go. Excellent. See, if all your putts are 1 and 2 putts,
Right.
you're going to be a great golfer. You're going to smoke everybody else.
That would be nice.
It is.
Oh, that one wasn't as good.
Okay.
I helped it.
That's not, you did help it. That's okay. All right, so come on down here.
Okay.
All right. So how do you feel about your lesson?
It was good. It went good.
Okay. What's the best thing you liked about the lesson?
I like that thing.
That thing.
The
It is a
line.
great
I
one.
do
It
like
is. You just practice on that. I like
Yes,
that.
I love that.
Okay. As far as leaving the 3-footers, that was your main goal.
Yes.
Was making 3-footers. You're a lot more confident.
Yes.
Good.
I like that drill.
Okay. So that was the short-term goal that we had
Yes,
to
sir.
do that, and you accomplished that. What is a long-term goal you have in golf?
I don't know. I want to shoot under 90. So
Break 90.
I do.
Break 90. Okay. Well, I can tell you, if you make all your one or two putts all the time, you'll break 90. I promise you. Because when I used to recruit girls, okay, and I was out there recruiting for the college,
Yes, sir.
there were so many girls that wanted to hear, man, that Cameron, she can smoke that ball. And they all were worried about how far they hit it.
Right.
But wouldn't you rather hear a college coach go, man, that Cameron, she makes everything.
Right.
She makes everything. What would you rather hear? Making everything.
Yes.
Okay. So leaving here, you did great. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we want to continue to get better. So here's some drills. These
Thank you.
drills right here, the girls that I work with, these are drills they do every single day.
Okay.
And especially this one, it may be in their bedroom
Yeah.
using that tool right there, and I'll work with you on that. But these are just, work on your 30, 40, 50 footers,
Yes, sir.
get them in the 3-foot circle.
Okay.
We make all our 3-foot putts.
Right.
And then that is just a great alignment tool where you can use to where you make everything.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, it's great.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to
Yeah.
do that. Okay. Do that.
Yes, sir.
Enjoyed it, Cameron.
You're
Good
welcome.
job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.